Welcome back, everyone, to the GGBL. We've got the playoff recap video here for you guys today, so if you missed all the action over on Twitch, make sure you go check those out if you want to watch the full entire game. So up on your screen, you saw the updated playoff bracket, so where we picked up on Saturday. This is what the recap video is all about, is covering the games on Saturday, but I want to show you guys how we got there. So we're going to start off with the wildcard games, and right off the get-go, San Francisco is already up on us 3-0. Luckily, though, Richmond does have Irving Lopez in the back of our pockets. We called this guy up as a September call-up. He hits his first home run of the season and first home run of the playoffs. And Tyler Glasnow, obviously, very upset about that fact. But he does take his frustration out on Matt Olson, strikes him out. And yeah, I don't blame him for being pumped up. This is a wild card game, after all. You got to get a win here to advance to take on the LA Knights. Will Till will strike out. Daniel Lynch still pitching fairly well. Richmond will end up scoring. We do have a 3-1 game here. This is going to make it 3-2 after a really close play, but Irving Lopez does slide in safely with the sac fly thanks to Darius Wilson. Josho Tora in the top of the 8th inning against Reyes Maranta. Solo home run to the deepest part of the ballpark. Josho Tora, the rookie from Japan, hits a solo dinger to tie this thing up 3-3, and we do get a ground ball here. Lopez makes the easy play, flip over to first, and we're going to extras. So San Francisco could not cash in. They couldn't get the final run to cross, and it is a 3-3 ball game here still. Base hit with nobody down. This is a huge spot for Richmond, and we get a walk. So Kyle Lewis ends up loading the bases here. And they do draw the infield in. Take a look at D. Gordon. What are you doing? You got to throw home. They do get the double play, but they give up the run in the process. And Satchel Michaels, hands on the hip, thinking, we just might have cost ourselves the entire game there. So yeah, you get the double play, but you bring the infield in for a reason, guys. You got to go home in that situation. You got to cut down the lead runner at home and get this thing to a 3-3 game here still. Obviously, with one down, anything can happen. Anything can happen then. A double gets you 2 runs. Another walk gets you another run. I don't know, but you got to get that run at home. You can't give up the lead like that. Willingly, you can't give up the lead. So bottom 10, San Francisco does have a chance here. A home run will obviously win the game. A double could win the game as well. But Satchel Michaels, who hit the home run earlier, is batting now from the left-handed side against our closer, Ijaz Piasfiu. Can he close it down? Can he shut it down? 2-2 pitch, knuckleball, strike 3, swing and a miss, and the Richmond Good Boys will advance to the NLDS against the LA Knights. So it's going to be, yet again, another tough test for Richmond. They had to play game 162 just to get in here. Had to play game 163 against St. Louis and Shane Bieber. Now we took down Tyler Glasnow. I mean, I think we can take down Janil Rivera. I think we can take down Tomoyuki Sagano, right? But that LA offense, man, that's the big thing with Acuna, Conforto, Castellanos. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy. So Richmond, congratulations on advancing to the ALDS for the 2nd straight season. And unfortunately for San Francisco, they are inching their way into playoff contention. Last season they missed it. This season they get into a wild card and lose. But either way, good season for them. Very tough game to lose. Let's jump into this one. We've got the Las Vegas Nuggets and the Washington Swamp Monsters, and it's Yu Darvish against Dallas Keuchel. Keuchel already given up a run. That was a solo home run. And now here's a 2-run shot from Yasmani Tomas. You guys remember Yasmani Tomas? He played for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Signed out of Cuba, I believe. He's a big-time righty. You know, big guy. Didn't hit for a lot of average, but a lot of home runs, a lot of power in that bat. Just could not quite get it together to find another team. Only played in the league for a couple seasons. But look at this catch by Will Benson. Out in right field. Still 3-0 game. Darvish pitching well against this tough Las Vegas Nuggets lineup. But Benson with a 99.9 route efficiency right there. You got to love it. And speaking of good defense, take a look at DJ Taylor, the custom prospect, making a dive to his right side, his backhand glove side. Makes the play. Little flip to first. I love it. Here's Yasiel Puig with the throw to home. I was hoping for another good defensive play, but makes it 4-0 with that base hit. Almanzar makes the play. Run will score. Las Vegas ends up getting on the board here 4-1. And take a look at Benintendi. He gets on base here in the bottom of the 7th inning, but he's going to get picked off. Something you can't do because you need runners. Now think about this. They get a walk right here. That would have pushed runners to first and second. And then Orlando Arcia. Home run. Spoiled it for you guys just a little bit. But this is a 2-run home run, making it 4-3. Now imagine if Benintendi was still on base and Will Crow walks the next batter anyway. You got a tie game. DJ Taylor with a man on base here. Top 8. This ball is carrying. It's going to find itself into the gap all the way to the wall. That's going to score another run here for Washington. It is now 5-3, and they get the run back. They get at least one run back off that Orlando Arcia home run. Let's jump to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 2-run ball game, and Las Vegas cannot get it done. They will lose, and the Washington Swamp Monsters will advance to the ALDS to take on the Columbus Cardinals. But you guys already knew all that. But I wanted to at least give these teams a little bit of limelight and a little bit of congratulatory, right? Because they did win their matchups. So you want to see your teams at least have some success, right? Because they're going to have some tough tests, man. Washington's going to have a tough test against Columbus, really good pitching staff, and the good boys are definitely going to have a tough test against that offense against LA. So guys, we're in the ALDS now. We're in the NLDS now. You guys already had your update with the bracket. You guys already know who's up and who's down. But here's a little bit of an update of all the Game 1s and Game 2 sims coming up right here.
Carolina in Game 1 beats Nashville. Nashville kind of came back a little bit there in the 9th to try to take it away from Carolina. Richmond got their butts kicked 11-4. LA just kept hitting home run after home run. Phoenix beats New York 7-3. Columbus beats Washington 6-4. And that was the game that we got copyright struck. Then, for Game 2, as you know, Game 2s we actually simulate. So all Game 1s we play, Game 2s we sim. Carolina beats Nashville 2-1. Richmond beats LA in simulation. Phoenix beats New York in sim. Washington ties it up in the series 13-7. So now that series is now 1-1. Since this series is now a 1-1 series, we had to simulate it to get it to a 2-1 elimination game. And LA beats Richmond. So that's why they're up now 2-1. Now, backing out here, looking at the playoff bracket, so you can see the series updates. Phoenix up 2-0, so we got to watch that game because it's an elimination game. Carolina up 2-0, we got to watch that game because it's an elimination game. LA and Richmond, of course, that's an elimination game, so we got to figure that one out, right? So you got to watch that. Washington Columbus is 1-1, so I want to simulate that one because we have to, but I can't get to that. I can't get to that one yet because we gotta watch this first. So that's the next game up on tap, guys. Carolina and Nashville.
Well, thank you, Goldglover 9. Thank you for the little update there. That's what was covered in that 8-hour YouTube video, guys. So everything that you're seeing here, this is what we led off with to start off that 8-hour stream over on YouTube. So as you know, I kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier in that recap, was that we did get copyright struck over on Twitch. Kind of sucks. For whatever reason, they must not like that an MLB logo was somewhere. Maybe a graphic or something. I have no idea. I have no clue. We didn't have any music going on. We didn't have any, like, commentary or, MLB highlight things that, I don't know, it's weird. We didn't have anything happen in that stream to get us copyright struck. But let's dive into the action. A lot of home runs here for Nashville. They're down 2-0 here at home. And now Mike Leake giving up the home run ball. I mean, they brought out the boomstick in this one, in this NLDS matchup. They got to get it done here today. It looks like so far they have been. Carolina has put 7 runs up on the board, so they have a little bit of a comeback in them themselves. And the thing with Nashville, they needed all the runs that they could possibly get because it looks like Carolina is coming back in the top of the 9th inning. Reynaldo Chavez trying to lock this thing down, but Yermin Mercedes, deep fly ball here to left field. That's Buddy Kidd out there, the rookie, the custom prospect, can't handle it. Must have gotten lost in the sun, and it's a triple. Yeah. A triple for your mean Mercedes. It is now 10-8 with a runner on board on third base. That's a nice play at third over to Andrew Vaughn. But now with 2 down, still a home run can tie this thing, and he hits him. He hits Cody Hosey. No, Cody Hosey's up the bat. He hits Pedro Leon. This is a hard hit ball up the middle, but DEG makes the play, and Nashville hangs on. They hang on. 10-8 is your final score. 16 hits apiece. Ketel Marte went nuts. He went 3 for 5 today. Carolina didn't really get the offense going until late in the game, really, is what really went on. But awesome win for Nashville. Let's get an update. Little update on the bracket real quick so you guys kind of know what we're doing here. So we've got Washington-Columbus at 1-1. So that's going to be a game that we simulate to see who is going to take the lead 2 games to 1. So we're going to simulate this one here, Columbus and Washington. Columbus gets the win. So there's 7-2 win. Columbus now has the advantage. There's your bracket update. Columbus up 2-1 over Washington. Phoenix 2-0. Carolina 2-1. Knights and the Good Boys 2-1 there. So from this point forward, we've got every game that we've got to watch now. So let's dive into this one. We've got New York and Phoenix. We got DeMarcus King taking Rick Porcello deep. Oh, just off the wall. I thought he was going to get a home run for the custom prospect, the rookie second baseman for the Pizzazz. But he starts this thing off with a first inning double with 1 down, but Nicky Delmonico going to strike out. He's going to take this one looking against Porcello. DeMarcus King did end up moving to third base on a Bryce Harper little sacrifice there, a little advancement of the runner. But here is Alexei Shevchuk again out here in Phoenix. He doesn't pitch very well out here in Phoenix. Well, maybe he doesn't pitch against Phoenix very well in general. Remember that game against Elior Letterman? Yeah, in New York. You guys remember that one during the season? Yeah. Shevchuk, for whatever reason, he can't pitch against Phoenix very well. So, all things considered, Phoenix was up 2-0. I like Phoenix in this matchup, right? They should be able to win. They should be able to take care of business. Well, New York ends up tying it up here. Sam Travis with the huge hit to tie this thing up 2-2. So the good thing is they've got their pitchers back, but then their pitcher needs to have the offenses back here. He's going to give up a 2-run home run to the wily veteran Derek Dietrich. A 2-run bomb, and Shevchuk is obviously disappointed. It is 4-2, top 4th, but he comes back firing. He's going to strike out Pedro Alvarez, who's been a hot hitter all season long. That's good for his second strikeout on the day. But Jose Devers comes up and hits a long fly ball to deep right, and Harper, who's been pretty shaky out there in right field over the last 2 seasons, he makes a nice play, nice running grab to take away extra bases from Devers. But here is Ruby De La Rosa. Ruby De La Rosa. Ruby De La Rosa. I still have not looked up how to pronounce his first name. He gets a double play ball. That is a definite big one, definitely a needed one for those guys for New York. But take a look here, guys. A 4-4 game now as a huge double is had by Florentino, the young catcher for New York. Let's go to the top 6th inning. We've got Sam Delaplane coming in relief, and DeMarcus King delivers the big knock here in the 6th inning to give New York the lead. So they are avoiding elimination. Or are they? Here's a deep fly ball given chases Delmonico. It is gone. A solo home run for Jose Devers. Remember, he hit that deep bomb off of Shevchuk, but a really good play out there in right field by Bryce Harper. He goes the opposite way, avoids Bryce Harper totally, picks on Delmonico out there, and hits an opposite field home run. So, guys, we're going to extra innings after this nice play by DeMarcus King. So, in extra innings, in the top 10th, that is a leadoff double. Kyle Stowers throws this one in. Thought maybe he was thinking about going for a triple. I know the CPU loves to be aggressive with their base running, but, again, Brad Brock gets an out. That's nice. Okay, that's good. It's good. But now you got to avoid the sac fly here. You got to go home, possibly. Nope. Well, Will Wilson's going to send this one all the way into the gap, and Kyle Stowers is just giving chase. This one got way past him, and Will Wilson is turning and going for 3. He goes in there with a triple. It is 6-5. New York and Phoenix They got to come through now. 3-2 count. That's going to be a base knock here right past shortstop Will Wilson. That's good for a 1-out single in the bottom of the 10th. Remember, a home run can win this thing now. They're going to end up stealing a bag here off of Florentino. The throw does come off a little bit wide, so a backhanded side of Will Wilson can't make the tag. And now Jesse Winker, the big hitter for Phoenix, fly ball into foul territory, and Bryce Harper makes the play. No tag. Very interesting. No tag, I guess, don't want the last out to be at third base. Makes sense. 1 out, maybe possibly you do that, but Reynaldo Nunez comes up. It's a fly ball to center fielder Bandito Ramirez, and the play is made. That is it for this game. New York avoids getting swept. The series is now 2-1. And what's there to say about New York, man? 3 for 4 for Sam Travis. It seems like every time you watch this guy, he comes through. He had 3 doubles today. So all of his hits were doubles. This guy was crazy today with the extra base hits. That was really the name of the game, in my opinion. So you could attribute New York's pitching is the reason they won. De La Rosa went 4 innings plus. Shevchuk went 4 innings plus. So between those two guys, they shut down Phoenix's offense. I would give it to the offense. I'd give the game ball, if you will, over to Phoenix's offense, or New York's offense, I should say. I think that they really got it done against that pitching staff of Phoenix. It's obviously a strength for Phoenix. But let's dive into this matchup here, guys. We've got a 2-1 series lead for LA over Richmond. This is a game inside Fetchman's Field, so this is Richmond's home ballpark, and hopefully we can get a win in front of our hometown fans out here. If we do that, we can force a 2-2 series. That would be huge for this team, because we are obviously way out-talented. We don't compare to LA on the talent scale. They've got so many Major League Baseball players. We have like 2. We have Kyle Lewis and Matt Olson. That's pretty much it. I mean, Daniel Lynch has been kind of off and on, back and forth a little bit between the bigs and AAA. Got a couple custom prospects our way as well. So, I mean, we have talent on this team, but we are definitely nowhere near where LA is. But here's a nice play by Joey Bart. I mean, the slow-moving runner as a catcher. He gets from second to third on a sac fly, and this is going to give Richmond a lead. Oh, my goodness. Richmond gets up 2-0 after this big hit by Darius Wilson. D-Will with the 2-run single here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So let's jump here to the top of the 6th. We got Daniel Smith against Daniel Lynch. He loops a little single right down the line, but Joshua Tora fires this back into second, and Smith is called safe. Really close play, man. So Joshua Tora with a strong arm. Not the fleetest of foot, doesn't have a ton of speed out there, but he does get there with enough time to make a good throw into second. Either way, Michael Ruth plays well out there defensively and right. He's going to make a nice catch, but that's not going to matter because Ronald Acuna comes up and hits this into the gap, and he's not stopping. Even though the throw comes off of Kyle Lewis's hand, he's not stopping. He goes into third with a 1-out triple to get the run home. Nick Castellanos comes up. Little ground ball here to shortstop. That is going to get another run home. It is now tied 2-2. LA scores another run. Akito Radon comes on for relief effort. And here's Matt Olson going deep. Oh, it's off the wall. Basabe can't make the catch. It's going to bounce all the way into center field. And Acuna has to corral this thing and avoid. Oh, man, Matt Olson could have had it inside the Parker, possibly. But he's going to stop at third. It is a no-out triple. Top 6 still with runners on the corners. And Joey Bart comes through with a single, an RBI single. It is 3-2 now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's go to the top 7. And here is, Yaro Munoz with a great play there to end the 7th inning. And Richmond is balling out right now. We're balling out. But Connor Joe says, anything you can do, Munoz, I can do it just the same, or if not even a little bit better. Take a look at Kyle Seager. Says, okay, Connor Joe, right back at ya. Look at this play. Oh my goodness. Kyle Seager, the old man, getting some hops up there, making a nice throw, and good defense there by LA. Again, more good defense? Well, no. Mayton's going to bobble this one, but it is going to be a single anyway for Richmond, and Akita Radon does strike out Johan Camargo. Joey Bart grounds out here to second base. That's Mayton flipping over to Connor Joe. It's still a 3-2 game, but here, top of the ninth, Richmond's got a chance here against Michael Conforto. Ijaz Piasfiu, 1 strike away and 1 out away. I feel like the Texas Rangers out here. Michael Conforto hits a solo home run off of Piasfiu, and the game's now tied. 3-3. Let's see if we can get Basabe here in the top 10th. We've got Chasen Shreve coming on. He's going to give up a base knock. No! What a play! Josho Tora. This has been his profile, his prospect profile. He is better defensively than he is offensively, even though he's got some skill offensively. He's a good player there, but defensively, he's a wizard out there, man. He makes some ridiculous plays. And Darius Wilson is very good defensively as well. He always makes this play. But he bobbles this one, and Daniel Smith comes up and hits a gap shot. And this one's going to go all the way to the wall. That's definitely going to score 1 run. But Kyle Lewis, he can't handle it, and Ruth's like, dude, what are you doing? He just totally gave up on it. And look at Smith. He's rounding third and headed for home. He's not stopping. And it was a good decision because it is an inside-the-park home run for the custom prospect, Daniel Smith. It is now 5-3, but Richmond's not going away quite yet. This is our season we're talking about. We can't go away yet. Bottom 10, we do get a runner on base, and Munoz, deep fly ball here to left, but it's not got enough. Not enough. Not enough wind, not enough power, not enough help. And that's going to be a long fly out here, but here is Matt Olson, who's going to lift this one deep into right, but it goes into foul territory. Acuna makes the nice catch. It is now 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th inning. This is our final chance. And Kyle Lewis, hot shot liner to second base, and Richmond is eliminated. LA will advance. They'll be the first team in the DS to advance into the championship series on either side. So congratulations to LA. They got it done. They were the best team in all of the GGBL this season. Over 100 wins. I think 107 to be exact. So they are an extremely, extremely tough team. I thought Daniel Lynch pitched very well on this one. I thought he gave us a chance, you know, and that's all you can ask for. This team won 107 games, guys. LA is no slouch, man. But
I think he should have.
You know, we limited the extra base hits against them until the very end, and ultimately, you know, we just couldn't quite clutch it up. You know, Ijaz had the blown save. We had him down to 1 more strike. That's all we needed, and he just hung the pitch. And Conforto did the damage that he always does. So, you know, you tip your hat, man. They earned it. They won the game and they won the series, and that's all that matters. So, congratulations to LA. And again, so Richmond goes to the DS, and we get bounced in the first round of the playoffs for a back-to-back season. All right, to face on, or take on, or face off, I should say. Face off, face on. Take on and face off against LA. The winner of this matchup will do just that. So it's going to be a tough test for Nashville. If they get there, it'll be a tough test for Carolina as well, even though they're the defending champs. It'll be a tough test for them because, of course, LA is just that good. But so far, Reynaldo Lopez has been pitching well. Bottom third. I spoke too soon. DEG, 3-run shot. This dude is amazing in gameplay. I don't know how else to explain it to you guys any further than that. It's crazy to me. The dude's got like 20 power, and he constantly comes through in gameplay with extra base hits and home runs, and it's just nuts out here. But we got a 3-1 Nashville lead. This base hit is going to score Andrew Vaughn. It's now 4-1. Here is Garrett Kemmerly. Deep drive into center field, and we're not going to catch this one. Greg Allen looks up, and Kemmerly comes through with a solo home run as well. So remember when we were talking about this matchup and talking about how Nashville's pitching had to be spot on and shut down this Carolina team? Their defense has got to help them out. Tommy Murphy with the dive. That's going to help. But their offense has really got to go toe-to-toe. If their pitching just happens to be shut down, Nashville's pitching gets shut down by Carolina's hitting, Nashville's hitting has to make up for that, right? They just have to. But Josh Ockamy, this is what I'm talking about. Josh Ockamy comes through with a 2-run home run. Everybody in this Carolina lineup can hit a home run. They're very capable. All the way through 9. They're capable of doing it. But DEG says, we're not losing this game. We're not losing this game. He hits this thing long and far. It's the 367-foot shot off of Mike Leake. He's had a problem with the home run ball against this Nashville team. And I always love showing that, guys. He's got such a cool home run animation. It's just funny to me. But here is a base knock here for Nashville again. Another extra base hit for these guys. That's a big hit. Gotta love it. Logan Morrison with the double. It's going to make it 7-5 and top 9. We've got a play made here at shortstop. That is Jose Garcia, and Freddie Peralta comes through with a win, a much-needed win. Nashville forces a game number 5, an elimination game for Carolina now. So they've flipped the script. Again, we talked about this. 8 hits for Carolina, 5 runs. 10 hits, 7 runs for Nashville. You got to hang with them. The only way you're going to win is to obviously, I hate when people say that, but it's true. You got to outscore them. And that's really the name of the game here against Carolina. You have to have your offense firing and clicking on all cylinders. If you don't, you're likely going to lose the game. You can only shut them down for so long through your pitching staff. If you have really good pitching performance, you're going to only shut them down for so long. You're not going to limit these guys to 3 runs, okay? Let's just say that. All right, so Nashville's got their work cut out for them. They've got to win the next game to advance. And now let's get to this matchup here. Yu Darvish on 3 days rest going up against Columbus. And it was either you go with Darvish here in an elimination game against Columbus. You're down 2-1 in this series. You go with Darvish on 3 days rest. Or you go with the likes of Kervin Castro, Patrick Sandoval, Kervin Castro, Sean Dubin. I think you go with Yu Darvish. Your backs are up against the wall, and you're going up against the Cy Young winner and the Rookie of the Year for the AL in Daniel Espino. So he's been a tough pitcher all year. He's 17-7. You kind of had to go with Yu Darvish here. But he gives up 3 solo home runs in the first inning. Espino picks off Almanzar, and the offense for Washington looks like it's starting to get stalled out. Or is it? Alexander King. We've been waiting for this. Alexander King in the bottom of the first. It's a solo home run. They at least cut that lead down into a third. It's now 1-3. Washington still got their work cut out for him here. Here is Will Benson. That could be a base knock here in the bottom of the second. It is. J.D. Davis can't make the play. Nice little dive there, but it is now 3-2, and Washington is coming back against Espino. Let's go to the top third. And then we've got Francisco Lindor going the same way as Benson did. He's going to go down the left field line. That's a nice play by Turner. But either way, it's Frankie Lindor getting a RBI double. It's 4-2. Here comes Columbus. Here, top third. Still again, another base knock for them. Is now 5-2 as Pete Crow Armstrong gets another hit. Wilmer Flores, deep drive into the right field gap, and that is going to be gone. A 2-run shot. It's his second of the game, and I think it's safe to say Yu Darvish just totally did not have it in this one. Let's jump to the bottom of the 8th inning. DJ Taylor, an 11-5 game. It's a 6-run game. Columbus continued to hit, but this one isn't over. DJ Taylor, a grand slam. That breathes new life into this Washington Swamp Monsters team and that dugout, and you've got to like your chances now. The momentum has shifted. Washington's got all the momentum, but their bullpen has got to shut it down, and it looks like they're going to do it here. Double play ball? Yes. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. Washington down by 2. They got to get this. The series on the line. Their season is on the line. Will Benson coming up. Long fly ball, deep to left. Ben Gamble makes the play near the warning track. So Benson gave it a ride. He gave it a good shot there. Here's Justin Turner. He's going to strike out against Tommy Hunter, the former New York Pizzazz closer. Was a big-time acquisition in the free agency. In the offseason this year for Columbus. Had a big season for New York. He's trying to shut it down. But, guys, we have a runner on base here after a base knock. It's Brock Holt. It's all up to Brock Holt. Ground ball here to... Whoa! Wow, Wilmer Flores with the flip. And the series is over. Washington loses, Columbus will advance to the ALCS. So we saw LA as the first team to advance on the NL side. Columbus is the first to advance on the AL side. And you know what? You got to tip your cap. You got to tip your cap to Washington. They gave it everything that they had. They tried and tried and tried to make up for the 7 earned runs that Darvish had today. He just didn't. He didn't have it. He didn't have it. He came off of 3 days rest. Espino was great. I don't know what else to say, guys. I feel bad for Washington because I feel like they've been a good team for these past 2 seasons. They've been a really good team. And they're a team that definitely deserves to make it at some point. They've got such a good offense. They've got a pretty darn good pitching staff. But, you know, again, you go back to that game and you think to yourself, who are you going to go with, right? Who are you going to go with in that type of situation? You got to go with your ace. But let's dive in. We got a good game going on here. Elior Letterman is in a jam. He's been pitching well so far. He's got a 1-0 lead, and he strikes out Bryce Harper for the 2nd time, and this one in a jam. Top 5. And Nicky Delmonico comes up, has always been a clutch hitter, and Tim LeCastro gives this one chase way into foul territory, and that ends the threat for the Pizzazz. They can't quite come through against the rookie custom prospect Elior Letterman. Here comes the Phoenix Firebirds, and Bryce Harper is flailing all over the place in right field. He's just so bad defensively in the GGBL. I can't stress it enough. It's like every ball that gets hit out there, it's just an adventure, man. Tim LeCastro trying to drive that run in, can't. Casey Mize strikes out number 8 on the docket. But this is going to be a base knock here, and Nicky Delmonico fires this one into second base. Take a look at this throw. Tagged by DeMarcus King. So Delmonico, Nicky Delmonico clutch, as I like to call him. He says, I don't only get it done with my bat, I can get it done with my arm. And you know what? Jesse Winker says, me too. Look at this throw from left field on one hop. Xavier Warren with the tag. They're going to get Florentino. That is a huge throw to cut down that runner and keep this thing as a 0. A 0 for New York. Still seeking their first run. Longoria throws DeMarcus King off the bag, and that's going to lead to a run. They had an opportunity there for a double play. I don't know if they were going to get the runner at first, but either way, that is going to cost them a lot of runs because Drew Mendoza hits a grand slam. Yeah, his first of the postseason, and that is going to do it. The dream to get back to the GGBL World Series is over. New York loses 8-2 as your final score. They will score some runs, but it's just not enough to show you guys. They didn't even make it competitive here in an 8-2 game in New York. You're taking a little bit of a back step now, a little bit of a back seat to the new and upcoming team, the Phoenix Firebirds. Crazy for me to say that, right? Especially after I knocked them in the preseason so heavily. But man, Phoenix is so tough. They are very, very, very tough. Their offense comes through when they need to. Their pitching is consistent, and it's solid, and it's good. So if anything, against Columbus, I kind of like Phoenix in that matchup. Both of those two sides, both of those two teams are very good. Their strengths are pitching. So it'd be kind of cool to see if Nashville can win this thing because their strength is pitching. If they could beat Carolina in this one, and then if they can beat LA, you will have a guaranteed matchup of all pitching. Whether it's Phoenix-Nashville, whether it's Columbus-Nashville, it'd be an all-pitching GGBL World Series. But if it just so happens to be Carolina and LA, you got a bunch of offense. Seiko Ichima with a 2-run home run, giving Carolina the lead here, middle of the game. Bottom 4th, 2-0. And, you know, you gotta start thinking, if you're Nashville, we're running out of outs here. Top 5, 2 down, Pedro Leon makes the catch. And, yeah, you ran out of outs because Tommy Canley's going to come on here. He hasn't pitched well, necessarily, but he does have 2 outs now in the top 9, and DEG is their last hope. And he pops up to second baseman, Luis Arias, and that is it. Carolina will win in the NLDS against Nashville and advance to take on the Los Angeles Knights. And unfortunately for Nashville, they had a really, really good season. Their season totally turned around from where they were last season. They were one of the worst teams in the GGBL last year. Free agent acquisition. Ketel Marte had a really good season for them, had a really good draft for them as well with custom players. And every one of those guys stepped in and helped them out to push them to where they got this season. So congratulations on a really good season for Nashville. Congratulations to Carolina for advancing. And there's your updated GGBL playoff bracket. Phoenix will take on Columbus. Carolina will take on the LA Knights. A little bit of chalk, possibly. Maybe a little bit of chalk there. Not a lot of upsets. Of course, on that NL side, definitely no upsets there as LA and Carolina are squaring off. So two really good offenses on the NL side of things. So guaranteed, whoever's going to represent the NL will have a very, very good offense. That's their strength. Whoever's going to represent the AL on their side of things will have a very good pitching staff. So either way, no matter what the matchup is, you will have a difference of team style. It's going to be interesting to see who ends up winning out in the GGBL World Series. So guys, I will see you tomorrow over on Twitch. Hopefully we don't get copyright struck for nothing. But I'll see you guys on Twitch at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, Friday the 19th. And we will finish out the ALCS and the NLCS. We're going to finish out that whole championship series to determine who's going to be taking each other on in the GGBL World Series. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you on Friday. I'll see you on Monday for the championship series recap here on YouTube. I'll see you guys then. As always, thank you for watching, and peace.